A look ahead at two major programs coming soon. On Friday, October the 22nd, we begin an exciting new adventure series called Bring 'em Back Alive.
I'm trying to make some sense out of why they named this Operation Seven Keys.
The invasion plan, now! Phony archaeological digs at Van.
Tell me, Your Highness, could it be that you were in the jungle north of here with a long lens camera?
I suppose he took pictures of something someone didn't want photographed.
The message is, I have the film.
Your asking price.
The Sultan of Johor.
I would really like to see you get us out of this one.
And on Sunday, the 24th of October, one of the greatest adventure movies of all time, Star Wars.
It's a very bad feeling about this.
Turn the ship around.
They're coming in too fast!
That's Star Wars, the British TV premiere, and Bring 'em Back Alive, a new exciting series coming soon on London Weekend Television.
Next, Clive James takes a look at soap operas in Clive James on Television.
Because there will always be the quiet weekend away.
Queen Anne suite and dinner. And then all the bar bills for your little celebration last night.
Michael, the car isn't big.
All right, Anna, all right, we'll get another one.
The better alternative.
Yes, that'll do nicely.
The impromptu lunch. There will always be the American Express card. Welcome around the world. And just around the corner.
American Express.
Oh, that'll do nicely.
To apply, take a form. The American Express card.
There is a store that welcomes people who are hard to please, people who want quality at the right price. Curry is your first choice for quality and value. This Sanyo Music Centre is an unbelievable £89.95, and Toshiba Clear Sound starts from only £54.95. This super new Sharp VHS video is just £399.95. They're all backed by Curry's Price Promise, and low-cost 5-year guarantees are available for your peace of mind. That's why we're the electrical people where everything clicks.
Things disappear when you advertise in the Standard.
Hello, I'm phoning about the house.
The car.
The boat. The duck. The Porsche.
Sorry, it's just gone.
It's about the house. I'm afraid we've just sold it to a property developer.
I'm interested in the typist vacancy.
I'm ringing about the electric train. You just missed it. Are there any seats left on the Marbella flight?
If you'd like something to disappear, just fill in the coupon in the Standard or go to a newsagent where you see this sign. Or ring
353500.
Oh.
Now Allied introduce a new range of stain-resistant, soil-resistant carpets in soft, luxurious Antron Plus fibers.
Carpets for easy care. Carpets for more flair. Carpets for hardware. Allied for everywhere.
Over 60 remarkable carpets, a magnificent choice of colours in a range exclusive to Allied, from just £6.99 a square yard.
Allied for carpets for you.
Hello. Today there's an old favourite, haddock with lemon cream sauce. Smells delicious. You'll find the recipe in Dish of the Day, a new cookbook with ideas for every sort of day. Tomorrow can be very different. If you've a taste for the exotic and Indian feast, it's not that difficult. Not even the tandoori chicken. Published weekly, Dish of the Day, for every day.
HARP Gas Central Heating. Save £100, plus no deposit finance. Nothing to pay till April 1st. Ring 464-6575 now.
Roast in the Med next summer from £172. It's in the cookbook. Take a look.
British Rail and Kellogg's announced the arrival of free tickets for children.
When you collect 2 tokens from the special Kellogg's Rice Krispies or Kellogg's Cornflakes packs, you can get a free British Rail voucher. Then with most second-class tickets, you can take a child along free.
Tuesday night programmes on Thames. At 7:30, Give Us a Clue brings a laugh and a mime a minute.
My, come. If you're my Irish...
it can't be jelly because jam don't shake like that. No. 10th word, jelly roll. I ate something my jelly roll.
In Never the Twain at 8, a suspicious offer to bury the hatchet.
You and me should go back into partnership. After all, one day you'll all belong to our kids anyway.
Dad, I think that's a marvellous idea. You'd be working together. You could be friends, helping each other.
I think I'm going to be sick.
There's a new series of comedy in loving memory at 8:30 and more girl trouble.
Well, you found something wrong with every one of them. Too common, too posh, too thin, too fat.
They're lame.
Too tall, too little, too legs.
That'll do.
At 9, the Agatha Christie Hour, a tender love story in Magnolia Blossom.
Darling, dearest dear, I love you.
A brief encounter that spells unhappiness for a married woman.
She must have said where she was going.
I can't choose today of all days to leave him.
Theo, I don't know what I'd do without you.
Divided Love in the Agatha Christie Hour at 9. And with Reporting London at 6:55, these are your Tuesday night programmes on Thames.
Now let's take a look at the rest of the world's equivalents of Coronation Street and Crossroads.
You're going to have to start eating again.
No.
Now be sensible, you're on the verge of malnutrition.
I don't care.
Well, then you should care about the baby.
What baby?
Didn't know you were pregnant.
I can't be. There's no one. Only that man.
How dare you call me that? Why don't you pick another name that means the same thing? The fact is, she's an adulteress. I'm suing him for adultery with you. You spent a night together in a motel in Richmond. I know. I can prove it. He's my husband.
Now, listen to me. I've had enough of this. These schoolgirl fantasies. Can I make it quite clear to you what you've been to me?
Sydney, no.
This is the only way to get it through your thick head. You've been an affair. A casual affair. I've just let it go on for longer than I should have.
You don't mean it.
You're one of dozens, if you must know. You were a bit of fun, a challenge. But, Diane, I'm bored with it now. It's over.
I'm not listening to you.
Just for the record, that was her father on the doorstep. But we'll all have to wait until the next episode to discover what punishment he hands out. The chances are that he'll say nothing because he knows that she knows that he is doing exactly the same thing with somebody else's daughter. And that's why soap opera has conquered the world. In a soap opera, nobody is allowed not to have a problem. And the richer and more beautiful you are, the more problems you must have. If there was a soap opera about God, he would be the richest oil man in heaven. His wife would be in love with St. Peter, and his wild daughter would have a terrible reputation among the male angels. It will be Dallas with a halo, Dynasty with wings. Nowadays, the television soap opera is more widely distributed throughout the world than soap itself, a tide of suds which absorbs untold millions of viewers who either believe in the characters or else enjoy disbelieving. The US has at least 13 soap operas currently running. They all draw higher ratings than The Second Coming, and, not surprisingly, the church is fearful for the sanity of its flock. The churchmen can't hope to beat the soaps, so they've joined them. But instead of the usual lasciviously perfumed soap opera with the rich, sensual lather, this one's meant to be carbolic. Called Another Life, it's put out by the Christian Broadcasting Network, and this clean-cut gentleman is selling it to the television stations.
Now, the Bible speaks frankly about some very ugly sins, though we won't be quite as explicit as some of the serials now on air. Another life will not avoid dealing with the same provocative subject matter of promiscuity, adultery, child abuse, drug abuse, aberrations of personality, jealousy, pride, fierce ambition, and lust, all of which lure over 100 million people every week to view some form of soap opera. As we said, we expect to cover the full gamut of human emotions. The difference is that we will offer individual answers, not collective despair.
Why do you pull away from me? Every time I want to make love to you, like I'm going up against a brick wall.
You know what I believe in.
Yeah, well, if you had the same feelings that I had, the same kind of drive, you just...
Don't play that game, Russ.
I'm not playing. I'm just saying. You'd think twice about your beliefs if you had the same desires that I have for you.
Really? Let me tell you something. You know how my dorm room looks over the practice field? My cozy third-floor watchtower?
Yeah, so?
So in the fall, I can look out and watch you at football practice. And on those hot September afternoons, there you are. No shirt on. Glistening in the sun.
You mean to tell me that you've actually seen my glistening naked chest?
Don't you dare joke about this. You know, I have sexual desires too. They're strong and they're deep and they haven't started to fade away like everyone says they will. So when I see you at practice or on the beach or just about any place else, I want to have you every bit as much as you want me.
On that showing, the clean Christian soap opera seems to offer everything that the impure standard product does, except you may be sure for one thing: evil will never be made attractive. In Dallas, of course, it was, in the form of J.R. Ewing. The heavy was the hero, and the ratings were global. Dallas has been sold to 85 different countries and failed to click in only one.
お母様、パメラは七面鳥が嫌いなようですわ。
まとまった運動資金を前金ですぐ欲しいって。いつも金がないとわめいてたの。
Yes, in Japan, Dallas was a frop. The Japanese couldn't understand why everybody went on living with mother, sat down at the dinner table to discuss business with the women, and stabbed each other in the back instead of reserving that treatment for other families. But in the 84 other countries, Dallas was not only a hit in its own right, it reshaped the local product. Everybody's soap got creamier and more richly frothy. In Latin America, for example, the local soap heroines have always acted tempestuously. Under the influence of Dallas, they went on going mad in every scene, but their hairstyles acquired the same burnish as those of Pamela and Sue Ellen.
¿Cuándo me harás el honor de acompañarme a mí a tomar una botella de champán?
¡Nunca!
Pero si estás ávida de experiencias, se te nota. Yo puedo enseñarte muchas cosas más que no conoces, como esta.
¡Monstruo! ¡Lo detesto!
¡No hables así! Ninguna mujer ha dicho que me detesta.
No se acerque nunca más a mí ni me dirija el saludo. No soy la clase de mujeres que usted está acostumbrado, entiéndalo.
Si eres tan decente, ¿por qué te hicieras
Mi amor, mi chiquito, mi amor, ya no nos separaremos nunca más, mi amor.
Cálmatela, Diana.
No, este niño no es mi hijo, Luis Alberto. Este niño no es mi hijo, Luis Alberto.
Notice the way that in Latin America, even the baby must act tempestuously. At the critical moment when its mother comes home from the hospital after a nervous breakdown. The women of South Fork move their mouths when under great stress. The women of South America move everything, even when under the hairdryer. So it's a relief to get to Egypt, where they move almost nothing. Passion is expressed exclusively by various gyrations of the eyeball.
سلسلة السفر بيخليني عاطفي ومشاعري تظهر غصب عني خصوصا لحظة الوداع.
قال إن جبريل قد جاءه في الغار فقال له اقرأ.
عشان تنزل بيه الراجل اللي سابك وراح اتجوز واحدة تانية؟
اخرس.
What has she learned? That her baby has been stolen? Or just that her laundry is laid back from the Nile? We'll take a short rest now to recover our composure after all that excitement, and then we'll take a look at how fathers in Kenyan soap operas keep their wild daughters in line. Meantime, here's how fathers cope with their wild daughters in Thailand. Do not adjust your set. Cultural differences are interfering with the speed of the picture.
มันนอกคอกมันไม่รักดี
ดีหรือเลวใครตอบได้คะแต่คำตอบขณะนี้ก็คือใครดีและใครเลว
นางวิ
You and your family have worked hard for life's little luxuries. Some you can afford only now and again.
The fire's getting low, dear.
Simon, 2 more logs for the fire, please.
But there's one luxury you can afford every day of your life. Imperial Leather. Imperial Leather. Luxury every day.
Presenting Quaker Harvest Crunch. Little honey-toasted clusters of oats and wheat.
Hubba, hubba, yum, yum.
With nuts and raisins.
Hubba, hubba, yum, yum.
Hundreds of delicious clusters. Crunchy clusters that remain crunchy. Even in milk. Quaker Harvest Crunch. Hubba, hubba, yum, yum. Hubba, hubba, yum, yum.
Boop, bop, boop, bop. Boop, bop, boop, bop. Boop, bop, boop, bop. We're down south in Birmingham. I mean south down in Alabama, North Place, where people go to dance the night away.
Akai, hi-fi and video, okay?
There's no need to wrestle the cork to have a fine wine. Gambina hands it to you in a box. Selected wines from Italy. Chianti, Valpolicella, Soave. Just press and drink to the old corkscrew. Gambina, fine wine, no twist.
All right.
It's nice, actually.
Yeah?
Yes.
You preferred it?
Yeah, because I've not bought stock for years. Stock tastes different from what it used to.
Does it?
Yeah, it doesn't taste anything like it used to.
Tastes better?
Yeah, much.
Well, it's new stock, SB, of course.
Yes.
That came out last year. And you are actually going to change things?
Yes, I will now, because that was nice.
Do you know you're being filmed?
Someone's standing there winking at me, yeah.
Stork SB margarine. More and more people are tasting the difference.
All soap operas, anywhere in the world, aim for at least one wedding per series. It's almost as good for the ratings as having the hero mysteriously shot. In Britain, a prospective wedding is the talk of Coronation Street or the Crossroads Motel for at least a year before it happens. In Kenya, when the local Lucy Ewing betrays an urge to get hitched, the whole family inspects the candidate. Can he fight? If he can't fight, can he run? The selection of a husband gets right down to basics.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. What would you like to start with?
I want to see him laugh. I want to see if he has all teeth, for it is said that a man who has no gap between his teeth never eats enough. He's all right. He has all fingers, all the toes, and his body has no scars. Nasio, he's all right. Accept him.
Sorry, but I cannot accept him for my husband.
But why?
I want to marry a man of my own choice.
I can't believe this. You see, the whole clan has been told, and I've been told actually that you are the best girl for me. And even my parents at home, they all know that you're the best girl for me. Now, please, why don't you just be considerate and accept me for it?
I said I want to marry a man of my own choice.
The patent sincerity comes as a great relief after, say, Dynasty, where the first thing they would have looked at would have been the guy's checkbook. In Black Africa, the television serials are at least expressing something heartfelt. Colonialism, for example, still stings. When they bring on a jokey district commissioner with whited-up face and deliberately bad Oxford accent, it's worth remembering that it's not all that long ago since we were watching the black and white minstrel show.
Now, where is the person now who brought these cars? Is it hot?
This is the Premba.
I say.
It's there.
He's also there.
It's here, sir. Look at him there. That is the chief of devil. That one will handle something in his hand.
Yes.
Keeping people to be fair.
Look at that. What is that?
Put it there.
Now, what is that? What is that? I want to know. What is that? Tell him to come back. Oh, you remove those things from him, please. You remove them.
Bombastic man.
Remove them from him, please.
I shouldn't have said him there.
You're frightening. What's wrong? What's wrong?
They wanted the cap from him.
Oh, let him be. Let him be. Now, let me hear from the horse's mouth. Let me hear from the horse's mouth.
Do you want to hear to the complainant or?
I would like to hear from the horse's mouth, or like I can.
You horse. What's in that talk? Yes, Warren. You said that you have no horse. You have no horse.
Oh, please, Cocklock, understand me. What I'm saying is just mere English usage. U.S. my English usage. When you say from the horse's mouth, it means I want to hear directly from him.
Oh.
You really think Dynasty's better? Soon the Nigerians who watch that will be able to get Dallas beamed down from a satellite, and they'll be on the road to progress, if progress it is. Soap from space will soon be with us. And if you happen to miss an episode, there'll be Soap Opera Recap.
I'm Carol Fander.
I'm Lou Bedford, and this is Soap Opera Recap.
Soap Opera Recap is one of 5 new American programs now dedicated to passing on all the plot updates and useless information you need to keep up with wild daughters, rich fathers, and adopted babies who are the rightful heirs to the vineyards full of oil.
Soap Opera Recap.
Brad Vernon slipped into Peter Hansen's hospital room and secretly taped Peter's deathbed confession to a priest. Listening to the tape later, Brad was shocked to hear Peter confess that he knew Karen Wallach and Marco Dane had switched Jenny Vernon and Kat Carr's babies at the hospital. Brad now knows his daughter is not his and Jenny's real child.
Hi, I'm Tommy Nolan, special effects man at NBC, and I've got a soap secret for you. Anytime an actor on a soap opera is shot or stabbed, he wears a blood bag like this one, and is punctured by a screw attached to the actor's ring. It works like this. Special effects owes me a new shirt.
And here's a story fresh out of London. Brigitte Bardot has been approached to appear on Falcon Crest to play the illegitimate daughter of Jane Wyman. The former French sex kitten still hasn't meowed her answer, but if it's a yes, watch them ratings rise. And Tony, I'm told that you have something special on Elizabeth Taylor.
Do I ever, Chantal? General Hospital Secretary has reportedly sent over $4,000 worth of roses to his new lady, Elizabeth Taylor, including one shipment of 25 dozen lavender long-stem beauties, shipped by air from Holland, and they're still coming.
I'm business professional Julie Sanders, and I'm proud to be a soap fan. Here's how I never miss an episode of my favorite soap. This earpiece is plugged into my FM radio, which I tune a little to the left of 88 on the dial, so it only picks up the TV sound. So even if I can't get to a TV set, I never miss what's going on. If this doesn't work in your area, you can buy an inexpensive FM radio that picks up nothing but TV sound, so you'll never miss your soaps at work. And if the boss comes around, just start typing.
For those few minutes when the soap addict in America is for some reason not glued to the screen or the earpiece, such as a power failure or an impending nuclear attack, there are all these magazines devoted exclusively to soap opera and their stars' real-life private lives, which usually turn out to be full of divorces, adoptions, and mysterious shootings. It would be easy to suggest that the soaps are taking us over. But what would happen if we took over the soaps?
And this is the beginning of the world's first interactive television drama. Tonight, we are going to allow the audience to talk back to their TV sets. And more importantly, we're going to listen. And that could only happen here at Cube, a sophisticated two-way cable system servicing over 30,000 viewers in the Columbus area. It was those viewers who chose the title of tonight's drama, and their continued participation will affect our story and characters for the rest of their fictional lives. How does Cube work? In this glass-enclosed room, 30 channels of programming are sent via cable to the viewer's home. And in each of these Cube homes is a small computer terminal and selector console like this. The Cube console makes available 30 channels of entertainment, education, and information. And tonight, our interactive drama. The console also has 5 response buttons that allows the viewer to touch in and respond instantly to material which appears on his home TV screen. Cube's sophisticated computer scans the responses and displays the viewer's choice in a matter of seconds. Let's see it work. The second question of the evening. Should tonight's drama, 1, be socially relevant with probing interpersonal relationships, or 2, be lighthearted, fast-paced with chases, pie fights, and giant chickens? That's now.
Yes, the people decide. With interactive drama, soap opera, like atomic power, becomes the servant of mankind. At the touch of a button, 2 fathers can go to bed with each other, and the wild daughter can adopt herself. In this pilot program, the home audience has, as you can see, already opted for a light-hearted scenario. See how much it lightens your heart.
This is the home of Lulu Smith. It's a quiet neighborhood, lawns are mowed, hedges are trimmed, and mortgage payments are usually overdue. And here's baby Lulu, only a year and a half old. She's cute as a button and happy in knowing that her mother is right in the next room making supper. Let's watch. Well, nothing much seems to be going on here. I guess if we want anything to happen, we'll have to ask the next question. This show needs 1, some sex, 2, some violence, 3, a good mixture of each. Which now? Well, I guess we know where tonight's audience is. I think this scene needs something new. A phone call. That's a good idea.
Hello? Oh, hi, Pat. How are you? Oh, I'm okay. Oh, yeah, I know. They're starting up again over there.
It's probably time to return to little Lulu's character. Let's decide what she's going to be like. Lulu should, 1, have a special talent. 2, grow up with no special talents. Touch now.
So how are you? Oh, yeah? Oh, I didn't know that.
And here is the answer.
So you're gonna take it? Sounds like a good idea to me. I suppose so. Yeah, I guess. Hey, wait a minute, Pat, wait a minute. My porch. Wait right there. If I'm not back in a second, call the police.
Life is really sweet.
Lulu?
With those blues on parade. Not afraid.
Lulu?
This road crossed over. If I never had a
Pat, you're not going to believe this, but Lulu is singing. No, I mean she's singing a real song. Listen.
On the sunny, sunny side of the street.
Fortunately, time doesn't allow us to show you any more of the world's first interactive drama. But suffice to say that having started off at the bottom of the drain, it keeps going down. A soap opera written by the audience is democracy applied at the wrong end. We're familiar with our own problems. We want to see somebody else in shtuck. Hence the worldwide interest in Who Shot Pamela's Baby?
There's a major event coming soon on British television that's just too important for some people to miss.
G'day, I'm Paul Hogan. I've just slipped up here from down under to ensure that all my personal friends are tuned into Channel 4 when they kick off on the 2nd of November. She's right. Which way's the palace from here?
The Paul Hogan Show is just part of a brand new package of entertainment coming your way when Channel 4 takes to the air on November the 2nd.
Alfred Hitchcock's fantasies of sex and violence terrified the world on screen. Now the Daily Mail reveals how close they came to his own life. What secret compulsion made him humiliate stars like Joan Fontaine? How did Grace Kelly handle his obsessions? One star became pregnant to escape his clutches. He put another in fear of her life. The dark side of Hitchcock was as frightening as any of his films. Read The Evil Genius starting tomorrow, only in the Daily Mail.
Because there will always be the urgent journey.
3 first-class returns to Newcastle, please. American Express.
The anniversary surprise.
2 front stalls for tonight, please. American Express card number 374.
The language problem. There will always be the American Express card. Welcome around the world and just around the corner.
American Express.
2 front stalls.
Thank you.
There you are, sir. You've got a few minutes yet.
To apply, take a form. The American Express card.
There's one surefire way of getting bear off my cool, clear Fox's Glacier Mint. Fire! Fire!
On a cool mint.
Fire! Fire! Abandon mint!
You're standing on your hose, Fox.
Oh, thank you, Bear.
Fox's Glacier Mints. Clearly minty.
When you're a top athlete like Sebastian Coe, you don't get many moments to yourself. You're forever bustling from one place to the next. And you've still got to find time for training. So there are times during the day when you just need to relax with instant Horlicks, full of the goodness of wheat and malted barley. Instant Horlicks. Instant relaxation from Horlicks.
And Co.
When it's been one of those days, all they can expect is sausages. Yes, sausages. And it's all here in Dish of the Day, a new cookbook with ideas for every sort of day. Workday treats, midweek surprises, fish on Friday, and when you want to let your hair down, the complete menu for a special weekend dinner, including wine. Published weekly, Dish of the Day for every day.
If you're looking for an easy way to sell your car, call Computer Car. First, Computer Car.
903883.
I was eating Rice Krispies the night you were born, Katie. Our dad came in, white as a sheet, and says, "You've got a sister." Flipping heck, I said, "Have some Rice Krispies. Bit of snap, crackle and pop will brighten us up." And he said, "As long as she's got your mother's looks and our brains, she won't do too bad." No sign of any brains. She hasn't even started eating Rice Krispies yet.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies with vitamins and iron. Have you heard how good they are?
If you're not super noodle twisted, you don't know what you're missing. Great taste and simple too. Make mealtime really new. Let's do the twist. The Kellogg's Super Noodle Twist.
Just add the noodles to boiling water, add the flavor pack and simmer for 4 minutes.
Come on, twist them. There's simply no resistance.
Kellogg's Super Noodles. Add a new twist to mealtimes.
Let's do the twist.
Good evening. I'm here to invite you to join us for more snooker from Derby. Tonight we complete our coverage of the Jameson International Open, the tournament that is second only in importance to the World Championship. And today's final is between David Taylor, who beat Steve Davis in this championship, and Tony Knowles, who beat Davis in the Worlds. And the play this afternoon has been everything you would expect of a final like this. Join us for the climax this evening, later on ITV.
Thanks, Dickie. We look forward to that final. And following the snooker and the London News headlines, a concert featuring Donovan, recorded earlier this year, following his return from America. Now on London Weekend Television, the news at 10:16.
Prince Charles joins in the bid to save the Mary Rose. The widow of Colonel HVC says he died doing something worthwhile. A special recruit in the rehearsal for the Falklands Victory Parade, and the rugby stars playing for a young man's future. Good evening. Prince Charles has joined the diving team who are battling to raise the wreck of the Tudor warship Mary Rose by tomorrow morning. The Prince says any further hitch could be disastrous and would mean the whole operation being postponed for at least a fortnight. Today's attempt had to be abandoned because of damage to the lifting frame. Norman Rees has been with the salvage team throughout the day.
This is what Prince Charles had hoped to see today, the hull of the Mary Rose breaking the surface of the Solent. The dark timbers of the wreck, shadowed by its yellow lifting frame, had been brought briefly to the top during the night, giving ITN these first exclusive pictures of the hull above the water after 4.5 centuries. At this stage, things appeared to be going well, and the main lift looked set for this morning. But by dawn, divers had found a problem. One of the legs on the lifting frame had buckled, and the structure wasn't ready to support the Mary Rose during the main lift. So Prince Charles arrived on what should have been an historic day with little for him to see. Morale among the recovery team was at rock bottom, though officials of the Trust did their best to put a brave face on things.
We fought wind and weather, and now we've got a technical problem, which the experts are dealing with, and they will solve it for us. We like what we've got down there. We will recover it soon.
How big a disappointment was it today?
Well, it's not a disappointment for us because we're just doing a job of work. Ultimately, we'll finish that task. It's a disappointment for all these people out here, these lovely people who've come to see her come up, and my heart aches for them.
Thousands of people in a variety of boats had crowded the Solent to see the wreck, and Prince Charles set out through the flotilla to try to lessen their disappointment. On one vessel, passengers had paid £80 a head for a ringside seat, so Prince Charles climbed onto one of them to explain that at least the wreck was safe.
All the telltale devices to show whether any strain is coming on the hull or not all remain completely unaffected. So in fact, it looks as though the hull of the Mary Rose is much stronger than anything else around here.
Meanwhile, at the site of the Mary Rose, divers were modifying the rest of the lifting structure to accept the added strain and cutting away the damaged section. Prince Charles, by this time, had decided to see the problem for himself and made his 10th dive on the wreck since he became president of the Mary Rose Trust. It was a gesture that acted as a major boost to morale to a team that has laboured in appalling conditions for 17 years to try to retrieve the wreck. He spent 10 minutes with one of the Trust professional divers looking at the damaged section. When he emerged, I asked him what he'd been able to see.
I'm afraid it is very cloudy today, unfortunately. But, oh, I don't know, it's... what was that? Oh, Lord, sorry. No, it was interesting, but it's quite difficult to tell what it all is. I mean, it's just the odd shape you could make out, really. And even more full of admiration for all these people who find their way around down there. That's the incredible thing.
Does it look to you, sir, as if the problem can be solved and that the wreck can be brought up?
I'm not an engineer, nor have I dived here permanently, so I couldn't tell just from going down there, but from what we've been discussing today, there's a very good chance. Well, we've got to do it, so...
You saw no signs of damage, obviously?
No, not really.
No signs
None
of
at
damage
all. But in fact, only the top timbers are beginning to get a bit squidgy. But that is always the problem, I think, isn't it? The ones on that have been exposed longest are the ones that start rotting soonest. That's the only problem.
You've been in on all the discussions today. Are you happy about the projected time of recovery, possibly tomorrow morning, we gather?
Well, one should never count one's chickens before they're hatched, should you? But there's a great deal of will and determination to get it up tomorrow. Otherwise, this goes away.
That's right. I gather you're going to stay with it until she comes up.
Oh, yes. Well, I might go back and have a bath and then come back again.
Prince Charles's personal commitment to this project was underlined tonight when he asked if there was anything at all he could be doing to help speed up the recovery of the Mary Rose. So tomorrow, as the race against time continues, he could well be seen working alongside the archaeologists, divers and engineers here to help conclude this historic salvage. What King Henry VIII, who saw this Tudor warship founder here in 1545, would have made of all this, unfortunately, we will never know. Norman Rees, ITN, at the site of the Mary Rose.
The widow of Colonel H. Jones, one of the 2 VCs of the Falklands campaign, said today she believed her husband died doing something worthwhile. Colonel Jones of the Parachute Regiment died as he charged an Argentine machine gun nest which was holding up his men's advance at Goose Green.
Obviously I'm very proud, but I think I'm more pleased for the children. I think it's super for them and for the family and friends, and for the regiment.